The Cincinnati Reds are now into mid-August in the 2025 campaign, sitting at 63-60 on the season, 2 games back in the wild card. Currently, Elliot De La Cruz is on fire. He has his OPS up to a 715, which overall is not that impressive, but you have to remember that his OPS was at one point I think it was even maybe in the high 400s, low 500s. So definitely a huge turnaround for our man DLC. I've sort of called him that in my notes, and I'm kind of torn on it. It kind of makes me think whenever I see it, I'm just like, well, he's downloadable content? No, it's Ellie De La Cruz. And unfortunately, Ken Suzuki has not been great up here in the big leagues, and his only thing is he's a hitter, and with his defense, he's not really valuable to have on the bench, I don't really think, as a hitter. So we were just going to be sending him down to AAA and calling up Jay Allen from AA because he was not performing in AAA and we did not want him to just really tank his ratings. So we put him in AA. He's been on fire down there. We're calling him straight from AA back to the big leagues to be like a backup outfielder and pinch runner, defensive substitution guy here late in the season. The Reds travel out west to Hollywood to take on the Los Angeles Dodgers here at Dodger Stadium, and the former Dodger himself, Tony Gonsolin, making his 25th start here for the Reds this season. And take a look at the Dodgers lineup he'll be facing 1-9 on the day, as well as on the bump for them is going to be the right-hander Bobby Miller, making his 25th start, recently started the Futures game in real life. We'll take a look at the Reds lineup 1-9, and then start things off with them at the dish. So it's J.P. Crawford here with 2 outs. He's going to take a pitch from Bobby Miller down the right field line into the corner. He's going to hustle his way into second base, and not only is that keeping the inning alive, but is also J.P. Crawford's 1,000th major league hit, as well as his 30th double of the season, so congrats to him. So on second base brings up Lane Thomas, but unfortunately he goes down swinging on the drop third strike. They just toss over to first, nothing going for the Reds. Bottom of the first, 2 on, 2 outs. Ellie De La Cruz diving play robs Bellinger of doing anything. Then on the top of the second, it would be De La Cruz getting caught stealing at second base to end that inning as he gets gunned down by Will Smith. Bottom of the second, Nick Senzel, the man Gonsolin was traded for, pops one up to center field. Jay Allen out there on the day, putting it away with his teal and pink glove. And then in the top of the third, Taylor Walls trying to lay down a bunt to get some base runners here, but nothing going still. So nothing still. Bottom of the third here, and Gavin Lux is going out into left center field. That's going to be a double for him. His fleet feeder on second base brings up Freddie Freeman, who gets a 12-6 curve that he also pokes into center field. This is going to score Lux, and it's now a 1-0 Dodgers lead. They strike first. Top of the fourth, Brian Anderson gets the fastball blown by him, whips through it for strike number 3 and the end of the inning. Bottom of the fourth, it is Senzel getting a little jam flare out over to first as Brickhouse puts it away to end the fourth. We move things on to the top of the fifth. Jay Allen cannot hold up on the slider. He goes down on strikes. Then in the bottom of the fifth, Gonsolin gets a ground ball from Freeman. Crawford makes a nice play ranging to his left, and it's still 1-0 here in Dodgerland. So Brusdar Graterol comes on in the top of the 8th inning. As we move things on a bit for the 30th time this season, he will enter. And Cooper Hummel starts off the inning with a base on balls. So he's on first. Now with 1 out, it brings up Taylor Walls, and he slices one down the left field line, hops up over the bag. Nick Senzel fields it, throws into third, and Hummel is gunned at third base, being super aggressive. But Walls still out there in scoring position, brings up a Luis Arias, and he just flies one out to left field, and nothing going for the Reds. Still 1-0. Casey Sadler comes on here with a 1-run lead for the Dodgers. And J.P. Crawford up, line drive, a scorcher, but right at Gavin Lux for out number 1. Then it brings up Lane Thomas as he cannot hold up, goes down on a drop third strike for the second time this game. Then it would bring up Brian Anderson, who spits on ball 4, keeps the game alive, brings up the go-ahead run in the bat of Spencer Brickhouse, while Adrian Merced comes on to pinch a run over at first base. And Brickhouse would proceed to ground a 2-2 pitch over to second base. Lux just flips to shortstop, and Kevin Newman puts it away for the final out of the ball game, as the Dodgers squeak away with a 1-0 win here over the Reds. Lots of hard contact on the day for the Reds, but just not a lot of hits, only 5 total. Bobby Miller gets Player of the Game honors for his 6 1/3 innings of very good pitching. 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, no earned runs. Tony Gonsolin had a great day on the hill as well. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 Ks, and only 1 earned run, while J.P. Crawford had a double and then 2 line drives, who he hit right at Dodgers players. So now the Reds are into very late August on the season now. They're 4-6 in their last 10 games, unfortunately, back to 500 exactly on the season. Gonna need a huge month of September from this Cincinnati ball club, the boys in Cincy. And in between the last game and this one, Angelo Castellano was sent back down to AAA, and Jonathan India came back up to the major leagues here. He played exactly 1 game, fractured his leg, now he's on the IL for the rest of the season, and now Jose Torres is going to be back up in the big leagues here as the backup middle infielder instead of Castellano coming back up. The Reds back here in Cincinnati at Great American Ballpark, playing host to an NL Central foe in the Milwaukee Brewers. Tyler Mahle towing the slab here for the 28th time this season for the Redlegs. Take a look at the beer makers lineup he'll be facing on the day, listed 1-9, as well as the Brew Crew's starting pitcher in Alec Bettinger, making his 28th start here in 2025. Take a look at the Reds lineup listed 1-9, and we'll start things off with their bats. J.P. Crawford, he's going to start off the ball game for the Reds with a hit yet again. So he goes straight up the middle, 1-out base knock. He's on first base, brings up Tyler Stevenson as he's going to rip a ball out to left center field. This one's going to get down into the gap, up against the wall. Crawford scores easily from first base. It's an RBI double for Tyler Stevenson, and the Redlegs strike first. They go up 1-0. Bottom of the second now, Johnny Fagan is also going to pepper one out to left center field. This one's going to slow roll up against the wall. Mitchell has some trouble with it, so Fagan thinks he can go for 3, and unfortunately, he cannot. He is gunned down at third base on the bases. So then later on in the inning, Zach McKinstry comes up and hits a one to deep left center field once again, but Garrett Mitchell comes in and nowhere to make the play and then run into the wall, but he is fine. So move things on, top of the fourth now, 1 on, 1 out. Around the horn double play worked by Tyler Mahle, 5-4-3, started by De La Cruz. Then in the top of the fifth, it's going to be Hunter Renfroe going down, looking. Curveball gets him looking. He's a pair of shoes up there. So now bottom of the fifth, Johnny Fagan going out to left field again. This time he's going to have a double, and he's just going to hold up at second base. So 2 doubles on the day for Fagan. He's in scoring position to lead off the inning. Brings up De La Cruz, who's just going to bloop one into left center field. Fagan rounds third, heads home. De La Cruz tries to go on the second base, but he's dead meat at second, but he does drive in the second run. It's now a 2-0 lead here for Cincinnati as Taylor Walls makes an incredible diving play, gets to his feet, fires over to first yet again. Taylor Walls showing some magic with the glove. And you thought he was done there, but he's not. 2 outs, Gavin Sheets comes up from the hole. Jump throw on a line. Not even a scoop from Fagan at first. Phenomenal from Taylor Walls. Now, bottom of the second, it's De La Cruz at the dish, going right back up the middle. That's a base knock to lead off the inning. Then he would proceed to go what he does and use his legs to swipe second base, get himself into scoring position. And now with 2 outs, it's Taylor Walls up, and he rips one up the middle. That's going to score the speedy De La Cruz from second base, and Walls has an RBI single to make it a 3-0 Cincinnati lead. They were not done there, though, as Taylor Walls goes and swipes second base as well to get himself in a scoring position, but he would not need to, as J.P. Crawford then commits some lefty-on-lefty crime. A 2-run blast off the bat of JP makes it a 5-0 lead here for the Redlegs as they blow this one open here in this inning. J.P. Crawford's 22nd home run of the campaign. Move things on, top of the 8th, Starnes comes up, diving play from De La Cruz for out number 1. And then for the final out of the inning, it would be Pedro Severino flying one out to left field as it's put away by Lane Thomas. Move things on, top of the 9th now, 2 outs. Mahle gets the ground ball, fielded by Walls, and Mahle gets the complete game shutout here against the Brew Crew. Reds win this one 5-0 behind some decent hitting on the day, some timely hitting, blowing it up in the 7th inning. But of course, Tyler Mahle gets player of the game honors for his complete game shutout, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, and only no walks. Like I said, Crawford had the 2-run home run in the 7th inning to really bust things open, while Fagan, Walls, and DLC all had 2 hits on the day. Both of them were doubles for Fagan, and it was just complete domination from this Redlegs ball club on the day to get the W here at Great American Ballpark. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Cincinnati Reds franchise here on MLB The Show 22. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying, Jarren Duran, all-time loser.